On this 22nd anniversary of 9/11, and we remember those lost and the pain of that horrible day, can we also take a moment to consider and remember that Jesus Christ of the Christian Bible was a decidedly strong proponent of nonviolence? I once heard an American operative who had worked in the Middle East for a long time say, America will never be able to solve its problems in the Middle East until we stop bombing things in the Middle East. He said, every time we blow things up in the Middle East, we prove once again to the people there that we are what the extremists say we are, and another 100 families give their children to Al-Qaeda. That's a pretty harsh blowback on the narrative that Middle Eastern people hate us just because we're Christian and good. Jesus said, if you live by the sword, you will also die by it, which makes it interesting that many of America's holidays celebrate our ability to commit violence around the world. Heck, when Donald Trump was president, he even wanted to turn July 4th into Soviet-style military parades with our tanks and soldiers parading down Pennsylvania Avenue. And our extreme love of the Second Amendment is based in the idea of our home only being safe if we're able to commit acts of violence within it. Yet Jesus talked about self-protection coming out of personal strength. Jesus said, if someone sues you for your cloak, give him also your tunic. This despite the fact that the law of the land in his day said you couldn't take someone's tunic because it was considered they couldn't survive without the warmth of that inner garment. Jesus said, if you only love those who agree with you and are close to you, how are you any different than the worst person in the world? But the mark of someone truly with the heart of God is someone who can love those they believe unworthy of love, and to love those they consider enemies of their religion, their race, and their nationality. Now, this was not a call from Jesus to allow ourselves to be abused. That's never okay. But it was a clarion call to say, if you use violence for self-protection, you will draw violence to yourself. While if you reach out in love and relationship, you will also draw the same. Perhaps something worth considering as we remember this terrible day.